Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick in the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocker, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Balls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Balls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 here in Bundaberg at Salter Oval for the Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge. Game we've got for you this morning, CQ Seamers up against the Gold Coast Thunder. It's just got underway. It's a Pool B game and very important game, maybe more so for the Gold Coast Thunder side, but I'm sure the CQ Seamers will want to take some winning form into the semi-finals this afternoon, having already qualified. Good morning to Chris Swan, Bulls Masters mentor for the Gold Coast Thunder. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Jason. Refreshed and recharged after a good team dinner last night, and the boys are up and about this morning looking to win their second game and hopefully qualify for the semi-finals.
Yes, well, they've pulled up well after the team dinner.
They were quite disciplined, actually. I can't say the same for some of the mentors, but the players in particular were in a very professional attitude last night.
So opening the batting for the CQ Seamers, their regular combination of wicketkeeper David Hamer in shirt number 3, who's currently on strike or just played that shot to get himself off strike, and Todd Harmsworth from Gracemere Cricket Club up there just outside of Rockhampton in shirt number 7, and opening the bowling from the southern end, Danushka Midapolarachi, and who's just completed his first over, which has gone for 3 runs.
And a drop catch, the final ball. That's a well pronounced. Not many commentators get that one right, but he's our Italian Sri Lankan.
Italian Sri Lankan. I've got to give the Gold Coast Thunder scorer Faye Nybecker a little bit of a rap there, because we did speak about the pronunciation of that particular name prior to the game, and I have written it down phonetically up there just to make sure.
And it sounds better when you use it like Danushka Miropolaričić.
So, yeah, but he's been here before though too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Danny's been a good cricketer on the Gold Coast for a good number of years now. Lovely fella. People do look at me weirdly when I say, "G'day, morning Italian." He must be from the south. And we got Sam Yabsley opening the bowling, and gets a little bit full under the batsman's wheelhouse there and gets driven straight back past him for 4.
Sam from the Burleigh Heads Cricket Club. I'm sure there'll be a number of people down the Gold Coast who are tuning in to see a number of their Gold Coast representatives having a crack this morning in the Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge. Gold Coast did win the toss and elected to have a bowl. Wickets got better and better since... Ooh, slashes outside off. Keeper takes that quite high. It's a good carry, actually. The wickets actually got heaps better since Friday night. We've had, obviously, those people who've been tuning in, been aware that we've had a little bit of dodgy weather over the last 72 hours. And not that we're complaining about the rain here in Bundaberg. It's been super, super dry over winter. Just the timing of the rain. And this field number 1 wicket did get a little bit damp in spots, but after yesterday's sun, wind, rolling, it's hardened up beautifully. We had a century scored on it last night.
It was a hell of a century too, from all reports, off 36 balls.
Outstanding, outstanding century. Jake Roach, Far North Queensland Fusion. Experienced campaigner for those guys, and put the Fusion in the box seat, and the Nitros just could not keep up with the rate required. They started out tremendously well, going at 10 runs and over during the power play, but the introduction of spin from the 7th over onwards really hauled them back in, and consequently put them under the pump. Bit of pressure, lost wickets in blocks, and as a result,
momentum killers, isn't it?
Yeah,
a couple in a row.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for the scenario for those at home is the Gold Coast need to win this game to progress into the semi-finals. Central Queensland have already qualified with two victories already, so it's do or die for the coast. I think everyone will need to win 2 games out of the pools to qualify, with the semi-finals being played this afternoon.
Yeah, so the Seamers, they've won 2 games. The Monsoons have won a game and lost a game. Gold Coast Thunder are in the same boat. Won a game, lost a game, and the SEQ Stormers have lost both games. They're all the teams in Pool B. So you would say that with the Monsoons playing the Stormers, you would say that the North Queensland Monsoons... Oh, that's lofted.
Baldock backing back at deep mid-on and has put that one down.
Spoken like the genuine Gold Coast Bulls Masters mentor. Did everything right, really. He got into a reasonable position there. But I would be surprised. Did he get much of a hand on it in the end? Let's have a look at the replay here. Beautiful camera work. And he's got part of his right paw on there. Great camera work, John Devine.
That's 2 overs down and 2 drop catches already for the coast. Not an ideal start.
So yeah, jumping back, Monsoons playing SEQ, and without knocking the SEQ boys, you would think the Monsoons will get up there. So yes, obviously, it's going to be very, very important, this game, from the Gold Coast Thunder perspective, to try and get 2 wins up there. And that would leave 3 teams on 2 wins each, and it'd come down to net run rate, just to see who goes through.
It will.
So tactically,
Look, we've spoken about it. Getting the win here is first and foremost.
Yes.
Whatever way. So if we lose, we're out anyway. But with North Queensland, they'll be looking to win over at Field 2 fairly briskly against the SEQ Stormers. We had a large win against the SEQ Stormers as well. Our run rate was good, but then North Queensland beat us in 15 overs, so it's going to be tight, but you can't really worry about that, really. We've just got to play what's in front of us here, get the win, and well, first and foremost, take our next opportunity that comes our way.
So winning the toss and electing to bowl first, as much as getting the win first and foremost. Oh, diving effort there, ball racing out to Calvin Street boundary side of Soldier Oval, and 4 runs. Winning the toss, electing to bowl. I know you just made the comment about getting the win first and foremost. Absolutely agree with you. But batting second and keeping half an eye on the other game over there.
Yep, that factored into that decision.
Yep. In the other pool, Pool A, Far North Fusion, 2 wins, 1 loss. Mackay Whitsundays, 1 win, 1 loss. Wide Bay Flames, 3 losses. Darling Downs, 2 wins. So that's also going to be an interesting game over there today between Mackay Whitsundays and Darling Downs. Darling Downs win, they go straight through to the semis with Far North Fusion. But if the Nitros get up, once again, 3 teams on 2 wins each, and it comes down to net run rate. So a lot hinging on a number of games today.
Yeah, it's some good cricket ahead of us, no doubt. And the CQ boys are off to a good start here. They're making the most of those chances that the Gold Coast have put down and are hitting boundaries quite regularly, and are none for 20 off the first 3 overs.
Hamer 18 off 16, Harmsworth 2 off 2. Hamer obviously really dominating the strike. So Sam Yabsley to continue, bowling from the northern end here at Salter Oval. Right arm over the wicket. And that is an outstanding catch by wicketkeeper Clay Beams. Wow, diving to his right. Harmsworth has been nicked off by Sam Yabsley. And that's the massive breakthrough after a couple of drop catches early on by the Gold Coast Thunder. That's the massive breakthrough that the Thunder have wanted. Look at that, diving, more or less taking that catch where first slip would have been.
That's a hell of a grab. Clay,
Yes.
Clay's a very athletic wicketkeeper, being a ex-professional AFL player. Played 40-odd games, I think, for the Brisbane Lions, and yeah, he's more than talented behind the stumps as well. And that's the breakthrough the Gold Coast needed. Batsman Hamer has scored a few this tournament, so we're very happy to see the back of him. Now, I did see this number 3 warming up, and shout out to his lovely wife back home at Rocky, who I think is celebrating their first wedding anniversary on her own, because he's chosen to come to the Bulls Masters Country Challenge instead. So I've been told to say hello, Jesse. I hope you're well, and the big fella is thinking of you.
Right now?
Probably not. Probably looking at taking centre and playing straight this one.
So Big Joey McGann gets off the mark. First ball he faces from Yabsley. Skipper of the side, Joe McGann. sporting one of the, as we've mentioned previously in commentary, sporting one of the better beards of the carnival.
This number 3 warming up, and skipper of the song.
We've got some comments coming in from the illustrious Rodney Spicker, who I know well. Hello, Rod. And it was a fair catch, that, behind the stumps. Clay's been very good for us all tournament, and be looking to lead the boys to a victory this morning.
What sort of, having played professional AFL for the Brisbane Lions for those number of seasons that he did, does he bring that little bit of athletic professionalism to the Gold Coast crew? Does he, being captain as well and wicketkeeper, does he set very high standards and expectations of the other lads?
Yeah, I think just passing on his experience of of any sort of competitive spirit, that's which they bring in their own domain. But Clay likes to run a pretty tight ship, and I've seen nothing but good things out of his leadership in this tournament so far. He's also the captain at the Surfers Paradise Cricket Club on the Gold Coast, and I know he takes that that leadership very, very seriously.
So with all the Gold Coast boys up here this particular weekend, Gold Coast's cricket fixtures still went ahead as per usual, or are they...
I think they start next weekend.
Oh, they actually haven't started
no
cricket fixtures yet down there.
They've played a T20 tournament.
Yes.
The final being played between Mudgeeraba and Helensvale, which ended in quite ordinary circumstances, I think. There was a very heavy collision. Yabs has just got a bit straight there and been worked off his hip for 4 through forward square leg.
By Hamer?
Yeah, there was a fielding collision between 2 of the Mudgeeraba players, ended in a couple of hospitalisations and a few bloodied and battered bodies, but I think both are recovering well, and we wish them best in their recovery.
And one of those players, Josh Nelson, was selected to be here this particular weekend and has been here in Bundaberg previously with the Gold Coast Thunder, and yeah, he was one of those players involved, and unfortunately, due to his injuries, was unable to make it.
Yeah.
It's worked through in front of square again by Hamer. Great piece of fielding out there on the square leg boundary. The batsmen get through for 3 runs though. Yeah, I heard talking to Jonathan Smith, the team manager, who was describing the injuries from those 2 players that were quite horrific by the sounds of things. Head injuries, facial injuries, plenty of ambulance and paramedics involved, and was in the it's the Gold Coast Bulletin. That's the newspaper on the Gold Coast. Yeah, Gold Coast Bulletin. Made the papers on a regular basis down there in the week since that's happened. So yeah, a Jason Gillespie, Steve Waugh type incident.
Yeah, I think with that one, that was head to knee.
Yes.
This one on the coast was head to head. I think it was nose to cheekbone sort of thing. I think we've got a change of bowler here. We've got Tunnicliffe coming on. Keeper Beams is back. Danushka's been rotated out, and Phil's playing at the Southport Labrador Cricket Club this season. He'll be looking to make some early inroads into this CQ top order, which have done a very good job so far the tournament. I think they've only lost 3 wickets in the tournament, Central Queensland. So our goal is to really try and get into their middle order, because you've got some batsmen there that haven't been exposed to the conditions up here. So taking our next opportunity and exposing that middle order early will be of paramount importance.
And that is a tough one. We were talking about this one last night actually with Bulls Masters mentors Brendan Creevy and Gavin Fitness about that, having played a couple of early games, getting those couple of early wins, and quite often only your top 4 batters are getting a bat. You come into your 3rd game, do you change the winning formula, or do you go, let's experiment here, and direct hit would have had him? Do you change the winning formula, give those guys at bat 5 6, 7 and 8 an opportunity to bat in the top 4. So in case they're needed in the semi-finals, it's a bit of a, you're caught between a rock and a hard place in some ways.
Oh, personally, I don't think it's a decision worth. You've just got to give those blokes some time in the middle. You've already qualified for the semi-finals. Yeah, we're not in that position, so we don't have the luxury of having that decision to make. But yeah, CQ have chosen. I think this is their normal batting order, and that's up to them.
Yep.
But yeah, you would like all players to have contributed before you hit those high pressure games of the semi-final, and the lure of the lure of the Gabba awaits for the two winners of those two semi-finals this afternoon. It's a over-pitch delivery by Tunnicliffe, and batsman McGahn had pounced all over that beautiful cover drive for 4.
So it'll be interesting to see what Darling Downs are doing in their game, because they've already qualified for the semi-finals. It'll be interesting to see whether they go down that same path. I'm making comment about how Darren Lehmann doesn't mind doing a little bit of experimenting, and whether that influence he have on the rest of the coaching staff with the Darling Downs Suns, whether or not they would, it's a nice quick single there, whether or not they'll stick with their winning formula, or whether or not they'll give other guys a bit of a hit just in case. 5 overs completed in the Seamers innings, 1 for 38. Tunnicliffe none for 8 off his first over.
We've got a change of bowling. Sam Yabsley's been replaced by the evergreen Reece McDonald. He's been a very good cricketer for a long period of time on the Gold Coast throughout Queensland country circles. We've got 1 over remaining in the power play, and Reece has chosen to go with deep long off and deep long on, so fairly sure that you'd be looking to bowl full and straight. And not too straight with this field, with a 6-3 field offside. You don't want to be drifting onto the batsman's pads here.
Nice start from McDonald on the money, dots it up. Nice easy approach, nice easy action.
He's played it a short third man, scampered through for a single. We don't mind them taking those singles, that's a risk. So one of those direct hits would be handy.
Yeah, look, obviously T20, it's about stopping the boundaries, giving away ones, whilst you love to dot them up. If you're only giving away ones, you're winning, aren't you?
That's right. I think I spoke to the umpire who umpired last night's game, and he said that was the special thing about Jake Roach's innings, is that it was littered with good running between wickets, power hitting, gap hitting, and he played the ball all around the ground. Didn't target one particular short boundary down towards the scoreboard end, but it was just a complete innings.
Yes, and having batted for the majority of the 20 overs, you know, he was still pushing hard and going strong in over number 20 with his running between wickets, which was very impressive. Oh, massive appeal for LBW to no avail. Umpire Cole Morris not interested at all.
Can we get a replay on that? Was that, did he shuffle across? No, he's advanced. That's a fair decision, probably missing leg.
Yeah, looked like it was drifting down leg. Not that you always use as an indicator, but the wicketkeeper had gone a long way to the leg side too.
And with that batsman advancing, Clay's come up to the stumps to finish that over, and that's a good start by Reece McDonald. Ever Frugal, 1 for 3 off his first over, and that's the power play done with Central Queensland at 1 for 41.
41 runs off the 6 overs in the power play. You've picked up 1 wicket. Happy with that? 50-50?
Not happy with the 2 drops.
Yes.
That definitely have us well and truly dictating the momentum of the game, but that's done. Our next opportunity awaits us, and yeah, this is where we can control some hitting zones, get some fielders back, and as you said before, be happy with singles.
So change of bowler.
Change of bowler, we've got Dane Seed. This is his first over in the tournament, actually. I haven't seen him bowl as yet. I couldn't tell you what he bowls. He's a monster.
He's a big man. He's a very big man. He'd be wouldn't be out of place running around in a jersey with number 8 or number 10 on his back.
Looks like he's going to bowl some seam up.
Yes.
Definitely an economical run-up.
He towers over umpire Trevor Drury at the southern end there. And batsmen probably have to be a little bit careful here. As you say, economical run-up. And he'll try and get through his overs really, really quickly. And before you know it, if he hasn't gone the journey, he's got through 2 or 3 overs really, really quickly and hasn't gone for many, and puts the pressure back on the seamers.
And this sort of pitch could be uncomfortable facing. These little dibbly dobblers just hold a length.
Well fielded.
That is well fielded down there.
Copped a tough bounce towards the long on boundary in front of the rugby league scoreboard. Did well, keep it down, kept it away from the boundary. Lofted.
It's Zane Beattie getting underneath it. It's just fallen short. Not a bad start so far by Seed. If you can round out this over with a single or a dot, it'll be another little win. That's a good start by the big fella. 1 for 5 off his first.
Dibbler dobbler, that's a great terminology for a...
Well, it is.
It is. It's fantastic, isn't it?
And on this sort of wicket, it's actually, with 3 days into the tournament, this pitch didn't get used early in the tournament because of the storm on Thursday night. So it's holding up well, but still a little bit tacky out there, and often those dibbly dobblers bowl about 100 k's an hour on a length can be just as challenging to get away as something with a bit more pace that can come onto the bat a bit more easily. As McDonald continues.
Nice start, good length, defensive shot there from Joe McGahn. Once again, starting with a dot, which is ever so important. Way you start your over puts the pressure straight back on the batters. If you give up a boundary ball within those first 2 or 3 balls of the over, just relieves the pressure valve a little bit for the batting team.
There's a yes/no call. It's good, a couple of dots. Bit of pressure between the batsmen now. They're looking to rotate the strike. Gold Coast has got to be ready to pounce here. Could be a run out in the mix.
On driven, down towards the long on boundary, pick up a single. So the field for McDonald. 5 fielders inside the fielding circle, 4 boundary riders.
He's tried to paddle sweep that, and he's just got a high top edge, and it's gone over the wicketkeeper's head for 2. And that's the pressure of a couple of dot balls to start the over. The batsmen then feel they've got to invent a shot. And this is Hamer. I believe he was a professional hockey player in Germany for a season, so maybe a lap sweep might be a risky shot to the normal cricketer, but with that sort of paddle action, might be very second nature to a professional or former professional hockey player.
A lot of skills that correlate and cross over. It's a wonder there hasn't been a number of more hockey cricketers that we see obviously needing that hand-eye coordination. We did have an Olympian from here in Bundaberg, Troy Elder, who played a lot of hockey for Australia, played a lot of cricket in his junior days, representative cricket, but obviously they get to that stage, if they're that good, they have to specialise, and he chose the hockey path.
That's a wonderful over by Reece again. 4 off, and he's none for 7. Off his 2 overs, he's tried to jam up that batsman in that last ball of the over. It's well bowled.
So the last 2 overs, very tight, for the Gold Coast boys. And on top of having Gold Coast Bulls Masters mentor on board, we also welcome Gavin Fitness as David Hamer smacks one out to the tackle to Calvin Street boundary side of Salter Oval. They come back for a comfortable 2. Looking bright and sparky this morning, Gavin.
Yeah, feel a bit that way too. Jason, not too bad. Beautiful day for cricket here in Bundaberg. Not a cloud in the sky. Good start by CQ.
Seed started his second over. Not too bad a fashion here. Only 3 runs off the first 2 balls. Looking to dot up, which he has done on ball number 3.
Just rolled his fingers down the side of that one. I think that's crucial on this wicket.
Yeah,
your changes of pace. To not get too complicated with your lengths, but your change of pace is crucial. He's knocked that. Are you going to come back for 2? Nope, that's well fielded. Good pace to the ball down there at long on by Zane Beattie, representing the Palm Beach Kurrama Cricket Club.
Having not had him bowl throughout this tournament until today, what do you think is, Chris, the theory behind that? Giving him a go, or let's see if we can get through a couple of those overs where they use, like, you know, a Joe Burns or a Matthew Renshaw, like the Heat do, just to get through a couple of overs and get them out the road? Or
I think it suits the wicket, to be honest.
Yep.
Oh, that's hit straight down deep wicket's throat, and we've taken our catch out there at Canning Mason. You're built to. There you go, it pays off. As we were saying, this sort of pace can be really hard to generate pace off the bat, so it's good captaincy there, and the bowler's executed well by hitting a length and getting the batsman hitting him where he wanted to hit the ball.
And that's the set batsman, David Hamer, dismissed. 36. He's nearly hit that.
And he's apologised to the Magpie as well. Did you see that? Canning, he is a nice kid. He's a lovely human.
Environmental Protection Agency wasn't observing at this particular point of time.
How do we get a replay on that? That's funny. Canning Mason rolling the ball back after taking the catch and apologises to the Magpie on the way in for nearly hitting it.
Look at this sensational catch, sensational camera work.
Magpie's cheering him on.
Magpie's cheering him on, and
he's got him lined up.
Gee.
Canning,
he's done a little sorry, mate. Outstanding. Oh, we got a shot of the Magpie just to make sure. Yep, he's okay.
2 legs, he's good.
He's all good. He's all good.
Good on you, Canning. I think he does work for the RSPCA, perhaps. Well, that's a big wicket for the Coast to get the set batsman up, and this is what we're talking about. We've got starting to get into the the middle order of the CQ Seamers, who haven't been exposed to the wickets as yet due to their due to their brilliant play. They've only lost 3 wickets in the tournament so far.
So the new batsman to the crease for the CQ Seamers, Brent Hartley, number 8 from the French Full Cricket Club.
10 minutes.
And he'll be at the non-strikers end as the batters had the opportunity to cross then whilst the catch was being taken. So skipper Joe McGahn will be on strike to face the next lethal delivery of David Seed, who's been very effective in his 2 overs thus far.
I think as the tournament goes deeper, I think the change of pace into the wicket just becomes more and more effective as the wickets get worn. It's a good over.
Great over. Got to be happy with that. 2 for 55 after 9 overs. Now, Gavin, we were talking about last night after Roach's sensational 100. Has there been 100 scored? And me being the cricket nuffy that I am, I went and did a little bit of research on that. Bradley Stout, who I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yes.
114 not out of 48 balls.
Crikey.
Back in 2018, 2019, North Queensland Monsoons versus SEQ Stormers at Harrop Park. But get this, 114 not out of 151 runs.
Wow.
So we had a strike rate of 237.5.
So did they win that game, do you know?
Yeah, comfortably.
Jeez. Well, he's on board here as the NQ coach. Good young group over there. Need to beat Southeast Queensland to keep themselves alive, I think.
What's the score over there, do you know?
No, I left there about 20 minutes ago, but it was 1 for not too many.
Who's batting?
Southeast Queensland. The first wicket was a run out where the striker hit the ball straight back at the non-striker's end, hit the batter.
Hit the batter?
Hit the batter.
Onto the stumps?
No, the batter. Hit the batter and deflected.
Bowled. Reece McDonald.
It's a big wicket, that.
He's been impressive since he's had his spell.
Yeah, Reece just got one to deck back there. Tittle length and straight through the gate. Good night, Irene. And the CQ boys slump, can I say that, to 3 for 57. Come on, the coast. We're allowed to be parochial up here, aren't we? Cheer on our
Not like you to be parochial.
Oh no, it's not like me to be pro Gold Coast at all, is it?
No. It's like all I could hear in the background yesterday was, "Come on, Gold Coast."
Not allowed to cheer, apparently. Gavin?
So that's 2 big wickets. Joe McGahn, the skipper, out for 19 off 22, and 2 set batsmen, both dismissed within and over each other. 2 wickets, falling in clumps. Here we go, replay.
Straight through
nice
the gate.
delivery, yes. So that's really put the CQ Seamers on the back foot here, and you would say Gold Coast Thunder has got their noses in front at the moment.
So there would have been a bit of soul searching for the Gold Coast boys last night, Swanee.
Why is that? Because we lost a game?
Well, you got beaten by a better side yesterday afternoon. You were in the game though, which was a positive.
Yeah, no. It's the nature of 2020 is you can go from the penthouse to the outhouse pretty quickly, and we had a good win in the morning and beaten in the afternoon by the Monsoons. But the most important thing, Gavin, as you'd be aware in cricket, is the next ball, and all they can do is put that behind them. And we've hit this morning full of beans, and the boys are up and about today. He's just taken the pace off that one and rolled his fingers down the back of it, and it's quite a nice overbuilding here for Reece.
New batsman to the crease for the CQ Seamers, Cameron Keane, shirt number 17, all the way from Emerald Brothers Cricket Club out there in the Central Highlands.
Nice off drive down to deep, long off. Yabsley's the fielder.
Sam Yabsley.
From Emerald, this batsman, was he? We were out at Emerald with the Bulls Masters a couple of weekends ago.
We were.
Doing good things out there, getting into schools and running some clinics, and had a huge auction out there. Raised
big money raised.
Raised a lot of money for the local cricket association out there, and had the one of the best comedic acts.
He's a funny man, isn't he, Darren Carr?
I'm still laughing at some of the stuff we witnessed out there. And his ventriloquism.
Oh, that's it. He did that here with the Bundaberg dinner as well.
Yeah.
And just had the crowd in absolute stitches.
Well, we had some buy-in from someone who was at the function. That
one of the souped-up patrons. Bit of banter between the crowd.
Lofted down to long on by Keane. Picks up a single, gets to the non-striker's end. Hartley about to face his first delivery.
These are bonus overs really from Dane Seed, who'd be classed as a part timer, but to get 2 overs already and go up 5s, 5.5s, and a wicket as well. If he could capitalise on another good over here, they're 3 bonus overs that we probably don't budget for as a frontline bowler.
I don't think he's done yet. I reckon something's going to happen here. He's bowling a bit quick though, isn't he? Really.
Well fielded off his own bowling. Big man, big hands.
Fielded.
That's well fielded by Jono Baldock at short third man, diving to his left, cutting off the boundary. That's great pressure in the field. Gavin, you'd appreciate being a fielding coach. Little plays like that all add up in the end.
Definitely.
And Seed takes the pace off there. They'll be pushing for 2 here if the fielder.
It's a good pickup too.
Great pickup.
Got rid of the ball quickly too, didn't he?
Yep. Young Joel Harrison out there at deep cover point. Oh, to be agile again, Gavin.
Off the fence quick here for one more. It's good intent from CQ. At least they're looking to get in and out of the crease quickly and put the fielders under pressure.
Only 4 runs off that third over of Seeds, and absolute bonus the way he's been bowling and powering through his 3 overs for very few runs and having picked up an important wicket.
Yeah, we definitely won't be behind the over rate. Dane bowls his 4th over, that's for sure.
McDonald to continue from the northern end into his 4th over. He's also been very, very economical.
Any comments rolling in on the Facebook page? Oh, Mr. Spicker's on, is he? See that? Good fella. Knows the game. Pressure in the ring again.
This is a great partnership between McDonald and Seed. I think they've bowled 5 or 6 overs together now, haven't gone for many and taken a couple of poles, so it's a really good stage of the game for the GC Thunder.
Interesting comment, Swanee, because we don't hear too many people talk about bowling partnerships, do we? But you're spot on. They've bowled well in a couple here. Put the screws on, picked up 2 wickets.
Cut off any. I don't think there's been a boundary hit for 6 overs.
It's dried up a bit. One down the ground.
Harrison
No,
getting
in and
off
out
them.
quick. Oh, bad luck.
Tried that one-handed pickup again. Worked for him last over, but got a little fumble this one.
Enabled the batsman to get through for a 2. Great running between wickets. Good pressure. Put the pressure on the fielder. Come up with the error, and they took advantage of that straight away. Come back for 2. Comfortably in the end.
It's an interesting cricket shot.
Looked like he was trying to save a goal in hockey. Just threw the pads at it. One down the ground, Yabsley in off the fence. What's he doing now, Swanee? He's been at Souths in Brisbane. He played for the Gold Coast.
Sam's gone back into the local competition and he's doing well at Burleigh Heads Cricket Club.
Right. Remember having him in a Queensland under-19 side 3 or 4, no, it'd be probably close to 5 years ago now.
12 overs down. CQ Seamers 3 for 66. You'd have to be happy with this, Chris Swan.
Absolutely, yeah. This is, and we spoke about getting their middle order into the wicket, who might not have been exposed to these conditions. So we're happy with where we're at. If Seed could finish off another bonus over here and go at under 6, that would be a really good result. It's well fielded
fielding
by Danny there at short mid wicket.
Probably more importantly, he might go at under 6, but I reckon he's a chance of picking one up here.
Well, yeah, CQ are looking to hit a boundary that they really haven't.
Lofted over mid wickets, fielded diving. There's the boundary. That's the pressure relief valve in some ways.
Yeah. It's clean. He's hit it clean.
Good effort by Canning Mason out there at deep mid wicket, but all to no avail.
3 for 70 in the 13th over. You'd be happy to keep them under what?
So 42 balls, let's say. Oh look, if we're chasing anything under 130, that'd be a good result. But T20 cricket can flip so quick.
Yes.
By them trying to accelerate here and expose their middle and lower order again, you know, we could go through them, or if they get a partnership going here, 140, 150 could be on the cards. But there was a score of 170 made last night. So as I said, anything under 130, we would be wrapped.
And then the 170 that they got last night, it seriously, for the first probably 8 overs, or minimum of 6 overs, it looked like it was every chance of being chased down.
Yes.
And then just wickets in clusters.
Yes.
We all talk about wickets in clusters and how it just halts the scoring. So the Gold Coast will be looking to grab another 1 or 2 wickets here and reeling them in that way.
It's 1 run off the 5th ball of the over from David Seed there, and he'll be wanting to finish his bowling spell here on a really, really good note by either dotting it up or taking a wicket. And I'm pretty sure the Gold Coast Thunder would be more than happy with his output over the last 4 overs, especially considering he hasn't bowled in the tournament thus far.
Absolutely. And saving.
Until today.
Oi.
There we go.
Maybe you put some pressure on the skipper over dinner last night and said, any danger? Well, and 1 for 20 off his 4, I think, quite rightly so. He's definitely done a job there.
Now, speaking of mentors, has anybody spotted the Wide Bay mentor, Nathan Reardon, this morning?
This morning is in after 12:01.
They'd be in a world of hurt.
The Wave Sports Club. We've got a change of bowler. Reece McDonald's been replaced by Jonathan Baldock from the Surfers Paradise Cricket Club. But yeah, I did spot Nathan at breakfast this morning.
Did you?
Oh.
It's a good effort.
Nitro Natty can back up.
Wide Bay won't be due to play till 2 o'clock this afternoon, so won't see that crew for quite a while, I'm sure, being 20 past 10 in the morning.
He was spruiking last night that they're already through to the plate final. So
that
it's
obviously clipped his pad. I was about to say, is that the first sundry of the innings? But no, the umpires ruled it, just glanced his pad. I don't think there has been a sundry this.
No, I don't recall a wide or a no ball being bowled, getting a shake of the head. So very disciplined. Thanks, scorers. Matty Saw, Faye Nybecker on the ball in the scorers box.
That's a great discipline. 13 overs in and not a sundry being bowled.
Yes, it is. Last week with Toombul we played a one-day quarter final, and I think it was only after probably 8 overs. Norths were 1 for 60 and we had 38 sundries.
Oh, gee whiz.
The first grade.
It was. It was 4 or 5 balls that went for wides that went to the boundary for 4. So
5 wides.
Costly.
Wow, that's astounding.
Absolutely. That's big. That's
ball
in the
lock
stand.
has just been picked up and deposited over wide mid-on. That's the first. Is that the first maximum of the
first six? First 6 for today.
That's
first 6 in this innings.
Just feel the momentum change a little bit there.
Well, I suppose they've got to the stage now. We're in the 14th over. They got 7 wickets in the sheds. They'd be looking at a new bowler into the attack. They would be wanting to up the ante a little bit here.
That's a nice reply from Jono and hitting the block hole there. He's got to round out this over.
It's got to get out of this minimal damage here.
4 fielders inside the ring. Boundary riders at third man. Deep cover, long off, long on, and deep mid wicket.
That's a good finish to the over. 7 off, including a 6. But
closed it out well.
You're happy to get out of that.
Very good.
Recently engaged, Jonathan Baldock on the Gold Coast to his lovely flame Lizzie, who we met whilst playing over in England. Actually couldn't go to their engagement party because I was in Emerald with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They very bubbly young couple, Jono and Lizzie.
14 overs completed in the CQ Seamers innings, 3 for 79. A little bit of a conference going on at the southern end between a number of the senior players from the Gold Coast Thunder side, including skipper Clay Beams and number 9 for the Gold Coast Thunder, Big Phil Tunnicliffe, back into the attack. Phil from the Southport Labrador Cricket Club. He's already bowled 1 over, went for 8 runs.
They're the Tigers, Swanee, Labrador.
That's correct, yep.
It's goes along with the Southport Tigers Rugby League Club. You haven't got Israel Folau lining up for the for the cricket team this year as well.
Did Clive had anything to do with it? He didn't do anything. But I think Gavin played a season at the Southport Labrador Tigers.
Well, half a season.
I don't think they can afford to get anyone else in now. Actually, that's a lie.
I'm still putting the invoice in.
Clive's got plenty of money.
No, there's a good story that goes with that, to be honest. But
half a season, did you fall? Well, he's taken a quick single to short mid wicket, but half a season Did you fall foul of the umpires? Was there a suspension?
No,
or what?
well, there was a suspension, but it wasn't me. No.
Geez, the calibre of mentors we have here.
Well, I took my fast bowling partner in crime down there, Brendan Buckley, who got himself in a bit of strife and ended up missing. I think it was 18 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
Due to an unfortunate circumstance. But no,
Plays and misses.
I was at Labrador, and they were paying us per run, Swanee.
Well, they weren't paying me. They were paying you.
Well, they were paying per run, and
that's prior to the merge, actually, because now they're Southport Labrador. So there was a Southport and a Labrador
right.
team. Yeah.
So this was Labrador, and as soon as
great shot through mid wicket.
As soon as they were in a situation where they couldn't make the finals, I got dropped because they didn't want to pay anymore. So
you must have been making too many.
Controversial.
No, it was controversial. Well, I thought it was controversial. No one else really.
They probably thought it's just good business, savvy business.
They thought it was,
Soft hands, drop and run behind point.
Good speed to the ball.
Well done, Hartley. Only 3 runs off that over from Tunnicliffe, and you'd have to say Gold Coast Thunder are right on top here at the moment. 15 overs completed. 3 for 82. They're keeping the screws on. The CQ Seamers. Hartley 7 off 15. Keane 18 at a run a ball.
Gavin, would you like to expand on the incident, or is it not for prime time air?
It is Buckley's incident.
Probably best left, I think, Swanee, to be honest. I had nothing to do with it. Let's just say Brendan Buckley was a serious competitor.
Change of bowler, we've got Baldock off, has been replaced by Sam Yabsley. Opening bowler back on, inject some pace into this wicket.
He bowled with good pace yesterday afternoon. Yabsley.
Yabs can be one of the quicker bowlers going around on the Gold Coast, for sure.
Needs to find his areas today.
5 overs remaining. And that's
lovely cover drive. Sweeper out there, cleans it up, keeps it to a single.
29 balls remaining. Anything under 130 would be a really good result for the Gold Coast here. But CQ are looking to, with 7 wickets in the shed, they've really got to start to expand, don't they?
Well, I think Gold Coast just not allowing them to expand. No. They're bowling some good lines, some good lengths. They're bowling to their field. The fielders are backing the bowlers.
That's a good miss, that. A low full toss. You'd rather miss full than short. So that's well executed.
That could be
just pops it over mid wicket. The long on fielder is able to charge in and restrict it to 1. Just sort of waiting for the CQ Seamers to start teeing off as such, but Thunder being very disciplined with their bowling at this particular point of the match.
Geez, that's a good execution of a Yorker there by Sam. Batsman can't do much with that. Gutsy bowling this length, no fine leg. But until the batsman shows some sort of intent to
go there,
just keep on keeping on.
Well
Once again, another good miss, low full toss, and well fielded off his own bowling. And I say a good miss because obviously he's trying to execute a Yorker, which is hitting the pitch. But if you're going to miss, you miss with a low full toss.
Yeah.
Harder to get under.
Very, very much so. Knocked down the ground.
That
That's
will
nope.
Fielded.
Joel Harrison, that's a really good pick-up and throw down there, and a really good set by Sam Yabsley, only going for 4 runs in the 16th over. We'll definitely take that.
How many's Yabsley got left there? Was he bowled? Is that 3 for him?
Do we need to tell the scorers that was Yabsley? Tunnicliffe continues. And the batsman has backed away to give himself some room, and Tunnicliffe's hit a hole there.
Yeah, it's in the hole, all right. Very good.
We're starting to see some
and again,
batsmen that.
Well, the Central Queensland batters have got to find something here. They've got to do something different, because it's obviously a hard wicket to hit down the ground on, and he's hitting the hole, so they need to look a little bit outside the box here. And that's out.
Canning Mason has taken a very good
standing catch right on the boundary.
A very good.
Was that Beams out there taking the mark?
Canning Mason backs back, takes it just in front of the boundary. There's no magpie out there cheering him on this time.
It's a good catch.
Good hands. Great hand position.
4 for 86. They've still got enough in the shed just to keep coming here, to keep coming hard. 3 overs after this. Have we got a score from the other game?
That's a terrific grab by Canning Mason out there. Leaping high. He's only 4'2" to a grasshopper, and he's leapt high
What's
above.
wrong with that? Yeah, do we have a score from the other game somewhere?
Just have a quick look.
The North Queensland game.
Hopefully the SEQ boys are putting on plenty.
So we can get that updated.
Oh, 4 for 96.
Stormers 4 for 96 against North Queensland.
How many
So
overs down?
I'll just suss that out for you, Gav. 17.5, so 18.
Right,
18.
so 120 or max, you'd imagine.
Tunnicliffe continues.
Oh, trouble. Oh.
Tanushka Midapolarichichi shies at the stump at the non-striker's end and just misses. You want to have a go at?
I was just thinking you've done well there. That's way too early in the morning for me to call him. Well bowled again.
New batsman to the crease. Did I see Cameron? Cameron Keane, is it? No, it's Callum McMahon.
Callum McMahon.
Callum McMahon.
Callum McMahon, shirt number 9 from Frenchville Cricket Club up there in Rockhampton.
Get in and out.
Nice off drive and well fielded down there on the boundary.
Keane was the dismissed batsman out from that outstanding catch out there on the boundary in the previous over.
After those first 2 overs where we dropped down to, I think our fielding's been very good. Our speed to the ball off the fence has been quality. Our catching's been very, very good.
Quick release throws.
Yep. Putting some doubt in the batsman's calling. And now we're just taking our time with these bowling changes to finish off the innings, and the fact that Dane Seed bowled 4 overs in about 7 minutes means we can take our time a little bit here. get our bowling decisions right, set our fields, and finish off these last 18 balls.
Something else that I've noticed today after yesterday was the keeper, the Clay Beams, has taken the option to stand back to the medium paces.
Well kept.
He has exceptional hands, but then sometimes when the bowlers are getting the ball through, you know, at a decent pace, there's just only so much you can do. He'll be out.
Sliced to Canning Mason,
yes.
who's taken another great. That's his third catch. Canning Mason diving back over his head.
AFL style mark once again. It's like a ball magnet.
John Dyer-like, only with 2 hands. What a wonderful grab. Danushka Midapolarachichi enters the wicket fray. And the Coast are on fire. We get our 5th wicket. Go the Coast.
Jeez, that's just rolling off the tongue this morning. So would you agree with that, Swanee? In a tight game yesterday, there was, I'd have to check the scorebook, but the keeper was up. There was probably a minimum of 3, 4 byes. That in a tight game, it's probably 12 runs you could have done with.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell wicketkeeper where to stand, but you'd know that best, Gavin, so I'll leave that department for you.
When I was batting, he used to tell me everything else, let alone where to stand.
Near batsman to the crease for the CQ Seamers, Mark O'Keefe in shirt number 15 from the Gracemere Cricket Club, just outside of Rockhampton. And I suppose, Chris Swan, one of your little goals for the team was to let's get into the middle and the lower middle order of the CQ Seamers because they hadn't been exposed, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, and you can see that it's a hard wicket to start on, particularly for batsmen that haven't really had a hit. So we've executed this bowling innings really well. And having said that, the CQ boys, they've already qualified for the semis, so this is good for them as well, just to get some time at the crease. Not sure that their middle order would be happy with their output so far, but as you said, you mentioned earlier, Jason, Gold Coast has bowled very well and haven't really let them accelerate. That's really well run. If he gets back for the 2,
good bit of fielding from long off though. Still attacked the ball, got a little bit of a dodgy bounce, but stayed down on it and got it into the mitts and got rid of it quickly.
Oh.
9-9.
He'll get 2 again.
Oh,
geez, it's well taken.
He's got good hands, there's no question about that.
That ball's gone about 35 metres, landed in between 3 fielders. They've still scampered through for 2. It looks like O'Keefe's quite sharp between the wickets.
Geez, he's getting out of the blocks very quickly.
Down the ground.
Down the ground. This could be another 2. Bulldog has to throw to the keeper.
The keeper's sorry.
It'd be interesting to see how far away that was from Dane Seed. Dane or Dave? Sorry,
Dane.
Dane Seed. Yeah.
Going to come around the wicket.
Got a lefty. O'Keefe had to face his first ball. Another good over by the Gold Coast, and if you can buy a dot or a single here, that's a good result. A single down the ground and another good set by the off spinner. CQ are 5 for 94 with 2 overs to go.
6 for 97 in the SEQ North Queensland game.
So you're chasing 100 over there. How many? Have you seen the run rate? It's gonna come down if the Gold Coast get a victory here. The run rate will be crucial, and you blokes will be looking to chase down that 100.
Yeah, we're
in 10 overs or so.
We're keeping an eye on what's required, because unfortunately the North Queensland boys didn't start very well yesterday. They were good yesterday afternoon. But yesterday morning, I think they'd agree they were pretty ordinary. So they find themselves in a situation where it could come down to run rate this afternoon. So
under 120 CQ seamers, I think Thunder are good enough to keep them at this particular point of time. You were saying under 130. Excelled in that department, the Thunder.
Oh, big trouble. Oh. Don't mind that. He's tried. It's gone a little bit outside the box there, and tried something different, because they have the Gold Coast have executed their York as well. Swanee.
Yeah,
You'd
very
be happy with that.
Very happy.
Being the bowling coach.
It's yeah. As I said earlier, the 2020 cricket, you can go from
another good one.
Yesterday we didn't see this at all against you guys. There was,
thank goodness,
all over the shop.
Just wanted to. But yeah, I think that yesterday was a little bit different, because there was always that little. You know, the game ebbs and flows. We'd pick up the odd boundary, which seemed to take momentum back our way. So
Lofted shot through the mid-wicket boundary. The sweeper out there picks it up.
Fielded.
O'Keefe very busy between the wickets, showing a lot of intent, right? Wanting to put the pressure on the Gold Coast Thunder fielders, hoping that they'll come up with an error, but they're being very efficient in their fielding, executing skills fantastically well.
12 bowled again. Do we know what the stump score was in the ladies' game last night? 12 balls.
That's really well taken by Clay Beams, diving down leg side after a deflection off the pad, and he's probably saved 4 leg byes there because he was back.
Spot on. So not only has he saved 4 leg byes, he's held on to the momentum. Now, if Tunnicliffe can get out of this over without a boundary, or it'll be a good finish.
Ladies 4 for 143 at stumps.
Right.
Still need 234.
Jeez, that's a good over.
With 6 wickets, but that finishes today. It's going to be a draw, you would think, unless there are some very, very kind declarations getting made.
They've been punished by the weather down there.
Yes.
Down the Gold Coast? Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, the weather's smashed them about. And they're only 4-day tests as well.
Right.
For the ladies.
You can't change it, it was just all going so well.
19 overs gone. Still have not brought up the 100.
So it looks like over there the NQ side have finished fielding. So if it's all right with you two blokes, I might head back over and offer my 2 senses of mentorship. Is that a word, Swanee?
I don't know, mate. I'm just a bowler.
That's when we need Creevy back up here.
The principal. Do you want to grab him on the way as well? Who's up
There's
next?
plenty of him to grab, mate. So I think Creevy and Lehman, I think, are
next up.
Next up, I think.
So Yabsley to close out the innings for the Gold Coast Thunder.
It's another Yorker.
That is out.
Really
That's
well.
a great piece of fielding.
Dane Seed, direct hit, had 1 stump to hit from side on, picks up and throw. What about the agility of the big man?
I was going to say, Batsy bowls, he fields.
He's the Dave Taylor at his best.
Dave Taylor.
I was thinking more along the lines of Jeff Pfaff from the Gold Coast.
Jeff Pfaff, wow.
Big unit, but moved just silky the way he moved.
Jeez, that's well fielded. One stump to hit.
Yabsley, he was excited, is ecstatic
He
over
was
that.
excited
Here we
because
go.
he
This
was
will give a great piece of camera work.
Oh, look at this. Set his feet, 1 stump to hit. That's a beautiful piece of fielding.
Whereas I think Yabsley's excitement was built around the fact that he was too slow to get back to the stumps and he should have been back there. So it's like saved himself a spray from the fielding coach.
I tell you what, after the last 18 overs has been very disciplined and well executed bowling innings and fielding innings.
Yeah, they've been good. So it's good to see. So I might have to go over, see what the maths is and see what we need to do to...
Geez, I can smell an upset over there as well. I can smell North Queensland saying, boys, we'll win this in 10. And the SEQ Stormers, who everyone has written off.
Absolutely.
Possibly because they wrote themselves off last night.
No, I think it's more likely because they've probably got the dodgiest mentor of the lot in Brendan Creevy.
Josh Hamilton, the new batter at the non-strikers end for the CQ Seamers.
That's a boundary.
And that's through the cover field and 4 runs. Josh Hamilton, shirt number 13, also from the Gracemere Cricket Club.
Right, gentlemen, thank you. I'll catch up with you later this afternoon.
Thank you, Gavin Fitness. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your time over with your North Queensland Monsoons. Over point, but third man comes around. Oh. They end up with 3. They pick up 2 plus 1 for the overthrow. If that throw was over the bails, then O'Keefe would have been run out. But as it was, throw over Beams's head, and as a result, they picked up the extra 1 OT.
3 balls to go from Sam Yabsley. Looking to finish good bowling innings. He's coming round the wicket. And
full and straight.
Full and straight. Harrison is off the fence. He's picked it up. He's thrown to the keeper's end. And that's a wonderful piece of wicket keeping by Clay Beams to pick him up on the half volley. Whip the bails off, and that's another run out.
A great piece of fielding, though.
Yeah, Joel Harrison, speed to the ball, come off the fence at deep mid-off, pick up and throw in the one action, and the batsman was caught well short.
And I love the fact that he made the decision to go to the further end away from him, the longer end away from him. He could have quite easily just popped it into the bowler's end, but he's realised if I head to the striker's end, I'm going to the end with the slower of the 2 batters, with all due respect to both batsmen there. And very cool, very calm. No one was panicking. And consequently come up with a sensational run out.
Silky by Beams.
Silky. A very appropriate adjective there. He's just impressive, isn't he, Beams?
What do we got?
Will Barwick is the new batter to the crease in shirt number 19, another Frenchville Cricket Club product. Yabsley's a good man to close out too, though, isn't he? He's executed his Yorkers quite well. He's obviously an experienced cricketer.
That's another wicket behind. And
he's been given out. He's only just realised that now. Yabsley knew it all along, just kept charging through towards wicketkeeper Beams and gave him the appropriate high five. Here we go, here's a replay.
Well, I think he smashed it because I'm on the Gold Coast. But I didn't see any deflection, did you?
Probably couldn't quite see it because of umpire Cole Morris. I won't make any comments about the size of his head. But he was probably in the road a little bit
No, he's walking. He's out.
Yeah.
2 wickets in this final over is a good result for the Coast, and just need to finish off this final ball of the innings.
Oh, here we go. The reverse angle. Inside edge.
There is a simple. Yep. 3 wickets in this final over, with a run out included. 2.
Two wickets and a run out. Oh, sorry. New batter. My apologies. Harry Wright out.
That's out as well. Another LBW and well executed Yorker by Sam Yabsley. And they're the hardest ones to get first ball, that's for sure. A full, fast Yorker. Hits him on the big toe. An appeal for LBW, and the umpire's finger goes up. And it's good night to the new batsman, and a really good closeout of the innings for the Gold Coast boys, and we'll be chasing 106 for victory. Yeah, that's missing off stump and leg stump and hitting middle. Well, after that bowling performance, I'm pretty keen to get down there and congratulate the boys on a wonderful fielding episode and bowling. So thanks very much, Jason. I've enjoyed this morning after the first 2 overs went a bit
haywire. But wow, look at that. We're hoping for less than 130, you guys. Then it was less than 120. You've kept them under 110. So that's a very, very gettable total on this wicket. And you can't say the wicket's played too many tricks out there this morning. It's been quite reasonable, you would think.
That's just the discipline involved with 0 extras. I don't think I've seen a 2020 game with 0 extras.
Well, and that's not only with the wides and no balls, but no buys. Obviously, the wicket keeping has been of a high standard, and leg buys, that's usually a little bit more out of your control. But yeah, outstanding stuff. Fantastic. Rightio, Chris Swan, I'll let you get down to go and congratulate the Gold Coast Thunder boys and G them up, ready for their turn at having a bat and chasing down this total. We'll be back here in approximately 10 minutes' time, which will be at around 11 o'clock for the second half of this match. Everyone can go and grab themselves a cup of coffee and a Sayo, and we'll see you in 10 minutes' time. Bye for now.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick in the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocker, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana.
Good, good. Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
perfect timing. Ball one of the Gold Coast Thunder's innings in pursuit of 107. CQ Seamers have put together. Harry Rideout for the CQ Seamers, bowling from the northern end, left arm over the wicket, medium fast deliveries, starts with a wide, which was not the greatest start I'm sure that the Seamers would like to have started with. The Thunder looking to get away to a great start. Joining me in commentary for the first part of the Thunder's innings, former Australian and Queensland Bulls coach Darren Lehman. Welcome, Darren.
Welcome, yeah, thank you. Good morning to all our viewers, and yeah, it's been an interesting day so far. There's a lot of outcomes for different teams and result driven, and another wide there. So and this game's one of those games, isn't it? You know, if Gold Coast get up, they're through. So it'll be an interesting. Well, they chasing 106 to win. So you think though, if they get a good start, although as we've seen on this wicket in the previous few games, although I was here last night to watch that unbelievable 100, and the wicket played beautifully. So the wicket certainly improved as the competition's gone on.
This particular wicket has, yeah, it got really rain affected, as we've mentioned in commentary previously. 4 runs out behind point, and none for 6. Opening batters for the Gold Coast Thunder side, Canning Mason, who some fantastic fielding from him in the CQ innings, CQ Seamers batting innings. He took 3 sensational catches earlier on, and Dane Seed, who bowled very, very well, as the other opening bat.
It's an interesting game, this one, isn't it? Because if Gold Coast win, it doesn't go on run rate, it goes on the team you played against. So it's obviously these two teams had finished top 2. So Gold Coast could go from, that's a run out, good throw of the stumps. He's just missed there. That would have been really close. And if, as I was saying, if Gold Coast managed to get them, I think the rules state that it goes, and we see a replay here, would have he been out? It was a good hard throw, and it touch and go. You'd need DRS there. But that's a good piece of fielding. Yeah, I think they would end up going to top Gold Coast if you played against the team and you've beaten them. So
I thought there was a net run rate that came into it there somewhere, but I'm happy to be wrong.
No, it does. I think, but if teams finish on equal points, like 3 teams, and they've beaten each other, then you got a net run rate. But I think, and we were talking about this last night, and I could be wrong as well. God knows I've been wrong a lot of the time. I think if they play each other and they're finished on equal points, then it just goes on the result for that team. But as I said, I could be wrong. So Gold Coast could go from, if they chase these down, from sort of second to first, because they finish on equal points and they beat them in this game.
Either way,
if they win, they're in. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they're in anyway. These two teams are in.
The fact that there's so many important games happening today, and one of those is you've been involved in one of your Pool A games, Darling Downs Suns taking on the Mackay Whitsunday Nitros, and you just want to give us a quick rundown overview of how that game's proceeded over on Field 2, please, Darren?
Yeah, well, the Nitros, they've got some really talented players. They came out guns blazing. They had to try and get to a score of, say, 200 and then bowl us out for around, I think, about 100, 120 or something like that. But they played some beautiful cricket shots. They probably fell a little bit short, but they ended up making 150, 147, I think it was in the end. So that'll be a test in chase for the Darling Downs boys. But it's a good wicket over there, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. If the Darling, I should say we, because I'm helping mentor him. If we get a start, we chased down 137 yesterday in 18 overs. So if we get a start, would be a good chance to get them. But again, your top order have to make the runs there. So I know it's a big game, but they're unlucky to miss out. The Nitros, they've got some quality players. If it goes that way, because that means Fusion will go through instead of the Nitros. And that'll be, Jimmy Maher will be a little bit nervous and hoping they get through.
Well, the Nitros were right in the game, I suppose, right through when they batted last night until Frericks got out. He scored a quick fire 50, went berserk in the power play. So yeah, they've got some firepower there in their batting, but it was a bridge too far for them in the end. The spinners came on, tied it up for the Fusion. Oh, what's going on there? A peel, or was it a snick? Did it come out?
He's going up to look at the stumps, so I think they might have clipped the stumps maybe.
Okay. Someone's popped the PK chewing gum in there at the...
Let's have a look at this.
The drinks break. Replay, slow-mo, comes in. Oh, jeez.
I think it might have, you know. That's unbelievable. It must have just been the finest of nicks.
Bowler puts his hands to his head. So yeah, some very important games today which will determine the semi-finals. And one of the other discussion points that we had last night and this morning was with the Darling Downs crew having already qualified, will you guys go down the path of let's just keep going with our normal routine, our normal pattern, our normal roles, or did you change it up a little bit to experiment to give other blokes a bit of a go?
No, they haven't changed it up because you still haven't qualified. You know, if they got 220,
yeah,
I know it's unlikely,
yeah,
but the game of cricket's funny.
Yeah.
So they wanted to keep playing the same way, which is, you know, I think that's a really sensible move. Play the same way and see how it ends up. So the coaching staff and Ando, who's a really high quality coach for the Darling Downs, and Kieran Gibbs, who's the captain, decided to go down the same path. We were going to bat today. We hadn't batted first in any of the games so far. If we won the toss, just to see how the wicket played. If we had to play the semi-final on that, batting first. So that was the only change. But it was a bat first wicket, and they won the toss and batted and played. As I said, it was almost West Indian cricket. They kept going every ball. It was unbelievable. And they were 9 for 150 or 147 when they finished up. If they had a batter in the end, they might have got 160, 170. And then, you know, as you said, cricket, if we get bowled out for, 70 or 80, the run rate does come into it. So it's a catch-22. You can't really tinker too much, I don't think, in the game of cricket. And they've only got 12 players anyway. So, and most of our guys had a really good hit yesterday. So it's not as though they needed to tinkered too much there, and they had a lot of blokes there also that are all rounders and bowled, so everyone had been getting a bowl, and that's about where they sat really.
Rightio, so everyone's happy, everyone was happy to go down that path, and once everyone buys into that sort of stuff, it's happy days, team's happy, morale's good.
Yeah, it makes it easy enough. And I'm just trying to see if I can get the scores up for our Darling Downs game.
Nice off drive, beats the mid-off fielder, 4 runs to Mason.
That's a beautiful shot. So yeah, our guys are none for 19 off 2 overs. So that's a good start for Darling Downs and a good start for the Gold Coast here. So yeah, it's sort of swaying, but anything can change very quickly.
So this was probably a little bit of an interesting decision too, considering the results last night, in that there was quite reasonable totals scored. Gold Coast won the toss and they elected to bowl first, so they were happy to chase on this wicket. In saying that, they also have to consider the South East Queensland Stormers, North Queensland Monsoons game over there, because once the Monsoons, well, if they get up over the Stormers, then net run rate can possibly come into play here as well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, although I think if Gold Coast win, they're straight through, and they have to win quite comfortably. And I will just check that score so everyone knows what's going on as well, because there's so many different games happening, and they're trying to get them very quickly. Obviously, the 107 South East Queensland Stormers, and they're none for 42 off 3.5, so they're trying to really motor. So it's going to get down to the equation who gets through, but the run rate, they're going to get to 4, so it will get down to run rate that set up, because they'll be 4. Gold Coast 4, Seamers 4, but they've got to catch up 1.1 on the Gold Coast, but their run rate will go up. There's another boundary. That's a good start for the Gold Coast. So they'll be trying to get them reasonably quickly, the Gold Coast as well, because, you know, if you get them in a short amount of time, your run rate goes through the roof. So you would think that the monsoon, North Queensland monsoons, if they get it, say, in 10 overs, they're going to get to 1.5, something like that. So it does make it quite interesting.
Absolutely, yeah. So games will be going down to the wire. It's the beauty of the type of tournament. You head into day 3, so many computations and permutations that could occur, and it's a wide delivery. Right out, lost that one totally. The coaches and mentors have to take into consideration as far as what tactics they're going to use, whether they're going to bat first, bowl first, what their batting lineup's going to look like. We haven't even had a situation here today that the Gold Coast have bowled, actually opening bat Dane Seed for the first time in the tournament, and he bowled 4 overs and picked up 1 or 2 wickets and went for not many runs, just bowling these right arm dibbly dobblers off 3 or 4 steps, and did a job.
Yeah, I saw those. He didn't do a lot with it, but bowled straight. Yeah, some good
Full
catches.
straight, yeah. And the first 2 overs, Gold Coast dropped 2 catches.
Really?
Yeah, Gold Coast dropped
and
2
still
catches.
bowled them out for 106.
For the next 18 overs, not a problem. And we're looking at, in 20 overs, no sundries. 0.
Really?
0 sundries.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. I can't say the same about our bowling performance. We had a few sundries and a few drop catches. But then we took some beautiful catches. I mean, there was a couple of catches last night that I saw that were amazing catches. Dewey wet ball, running in full stretch.
Well, the century maker.
Yeah, it was too, yeah. That's who it was. Quick single again.
And what's the umpire going to signal there? The leg buys.
And the obviously Stormers, they'll be trying to defend it over there and make them bat it as long as they possibly can. And here they'll be trying to get the Gold Coast to drag their chase out. So there's so many. It's going to end up very close here, I think.
So yeah, look, Chris Swan, the Bulls Masters mentor for the Gold Coast Thunder, he was just absolutely stoked with the fielding effort of the Gold Coast Thunders in backing up the bowlers. The catches that they took after their 18 out of 20 overs, it was absolutely spot on. They took some sensational catches. The big unit out there, Dane Seed, pick up, turn, threw the stumps down, got a run out.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah, and looked good in doing it, and his teammates were very happy for him. And then the other opening bat there, Canning Mason, he's taken 3 outstanding catches out in the outfield, 2 AFL style above his head.
Really?
Yeah.
There has been some magnificent catches. And like all cricket games, there's been some catches that you go, "Ooh, he should have taken that."
Yes.
And that sums up country cricket a little bit. You get that occasionally where, they're playing for the love of the game. They're here competing for their region and obviously trying to get to the final at the Gabba for the Bulls Masters Country Challenge. But you will have guys that...
Cal McMahon?
Yeah, you will have guys that, don't do it full time. They're literally, working. They might get to training once a week, things like that. So they're not going to be able to put in the time they need to. But all in all, the standard's been very good. I've been very impressed again. And we've missed a few this year. A few teams have missed a few players that normally would be here.
Yes.
Long weekend, work, commitments.
Injury. Lofted by Dane Seed out towards the mid-off, long-off boundary, and that's a 6. Gets the maximum and didn't overhit that, just put the foot down, just timed it beautifully, and got the just rewards.
It's a beautiful shot. That's one of the things I've seen with a lot of opening batsmen in this tournament. They're not afraid just to put the foot down, nice swing of the bat, straight down the ground, and that's gone all the way. And he's a powerful, tall man, so if he gets anything on, it's going to clear the 30-yard circle in the power play, and that's what they're after. So, hence off a good start for them, which gets down to the run rate again. You're talking now, what are they, number 27 off 3.2? They'll probably say, you know what, if they can get to the stage where they need 40 or 30 to win, they'll say, let's really motor and see what we can get to.
And I think so much T20 cricket on TV, even our weekend warriors, our amateur cricket, country cricketers, they are so much more tuned into trying to take advantage of that 6-over power play.
They are now, yeah. As you said, they play so much cricket now. It'll be interesting. I was speaking to Jimmy Maher, who's obviously the CEO of the Bulls Masters, and Ken Healy about this competition. I think it's just gone better and better each year I've come. But, you know, we play with the surge now in the BBL. So is it time for this competition to go down that path and have, you know, the 4-over power play and the surge sometimes, you know, late after 10 overs?
I think in our local Bundy Big Bash for this upcoming season, we're introducing that as a new innovation, just to change it up for the players, and this is what they're doing on TV, and introducing that as something a little bit different as well.
Oh, I loved it. It was a great innovation for the game, and what it did do was allow you, if you're out of the game, you can still have, you know, your all-rounders that are good hitters strike the ball and hit 15 or 2. It's a great shot.
Lovely cover drive there from Canning Mason, and smashes into the white picket fence in front of the Bundaberg Cricket Clubhouse there for 4 runs. Yeah. And McMahon has gone for a few in this over.
Yeah, it's changed the game, the surge, because you can be out of the game in the last, you might be 80 off 15, but then you have 2 big overs of the surge and you get 30 or 40, 120 with 3 to go, you end up with 150, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. Or
it can sometimes have the opposite effect, in that 2-over surge, batters go, you beauty, here we go, and lovely cut shot, and that has gone for 4 runs as well off the blade of Canning Mason. And the bowlers come to the fore in that 2-over surge.
That's exactly right. You can be, you know, let's say 150 after 14, you take the surge, and all of a sudden you're looking at 220, 230, you lose 2 or 3 quick wickets for not many, and all of a sudden you get into, you know, 160 instead of a total you should get. So it's certainly improved the game, I think, and I'm sure they'll look at all those sorts of things. I mean, you don't need to tinker too much with this tournament. It's a really good tournament for everyone around the regions to come together, and you start to know them by name and meet them all, and they're all really nice people involved in obviously the setup here with the Bundaberg Council and Bundaberg Cricket Club. They do a great job. But the players, you know, they're starting to come back year on year, and they love it. They get away for 3 days and play high quality cricket and improve their cricket, and you get to see some of them hopefully come down and play, you know, club cricket in the future, especially some of the younger guys.
And particularly now with the advent of the Brisbane Premier League, that you're starting to get a few of the country cricketers to put their hands up, throw themselves into the auction for that.
Yeah, that's been exciting for the country cricketer, another avenue for them to showcase their skills, as this is tucked off the hip and might go all the way. It's quite a quick outfield.
He's timed it. The fielder has dug his knee in. Hope he's okay down there. He's got a bit of a limp up there.
He's got up though, so another boundary. They're really motoring along now.
That was Mark O'Keefe chasing hard here. Does the slide and digs in. Probably can't knock his enthusiasm. Just probably need to land it on the thigh a little bit more rather than on the knee, and ouch. Hope he's okay out there. He's given a little bit of a flex just behind umpire Trevor Drury there at square leg.
He's still walking, so that's a good start for him.
Yes.
Desperation.
As opposed to talking earlier about the Joe McGahn in, short of a length, and mid-on comes across and cuts off the single. Very bad accident in the, talking about the T20 comps, and so many more T20 comps in country areas have broken out now. It might be their pre-season that they play on a Friday night or a Saturday night around the country. We've been doing it here in Bundaberg for 4 or 5 years now, and talking about the Gold Coast one last week, and a couple of their players had a fielders in the final, head-on collision, including Josh Nelson, who was supposed to be here with the Gold Coast Thunder side, and ambulances, paramedics, guys in hospitals, broken noses, facial reconstructions, all this sort of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can't knock bloke's commitment when that sort of stuff's happening, can you?
Yeah.
Drop
Charles.
and run.
Well playing very well these two. Well, it is getting interesting now. So they're none for 42. We're almost in the 5th over. And the other game, North Queensland Monsoon, are 1 for 64 after 5 overs. So they need 44 to win. You'd think they're going to get them by the 10 over mark. So their run rate's going to go through the roof. And then the ones that might be under the pump now are in this game. So let's try to get the score up. The Central Queensland, Seamers against the Gold Coast. If Gold Coast keep going on this, they're going to get them quite quickly as well.
Drops it short, pull shot just in front of square, mid-wicket chasing after it, and fantastic effort. Pulls the ball back.
We're talking about fielding winning games. They should have got 3 runs there as well. So they've got 2 now. He's on strike. If he gets out that piece of fielding for the youngsters out there watching, you see the replay there, he's done very well. If they get a wicket this ball, that's because of that piece of fielding.
Yeah, and it's a thing that I suppose kids, you need to love fielding. It's the one thing that you do most in the game. You don't bat the longest period of time. You don't field bowl the longest period of time. The thing you do most in most games of cricket is fielding.
You do. You've got to love it. You're going to spend a lot of time out there for all the young boys and girls watching the program. It's one of the, but it is a joy. You're out there with 11 friends playing the game that you love. You've got to enjoy it. Yeah, you want to perform with the ball and the bat when you get your opportunity, but at the end of the day, what you want to do is have some fun playing the game of cricket, and that's what I see over these 3 days with everyone coming together from the different regions of Queensland and the way they play and how they act off the field. They're very friendly and approachable, and you see the mateships forming year on upon year.
So change of bowler for the CQ Seamers at the southern end. Out of the attack, Callum McMahon. Into the attack, Will Barwick, who's a club teammate of Callum McMahon from the French Full Cricket Club up there in Rockhampton. Shirt number 19 after 5 overs. Gold Coast Thunder. None for 46. Looking to chase down 107 runs for victory. Canning Mate. Oh, false start. Canning Mason on strike, and still in the power play here. 2 outfielders allowed out. We've got a long off, and we've got a deep cover on the cover boundary sweeping there in front of the Bundaberg Cricket Pavilion. And Mason takes a single off the first delivery.
It's been a very impressive run chase so far. They didn't get many off the first over and a half either. First couple of overs were pretty good. They really motored the last few. Have you enjoyed it, watching it, the Standard this year? Do you think you've been here a lot now? You think it's improved? Well, bar missing a few players that have been, on top. I think we've seen a lot of younger players improve. Definitely.
Yeah, look, what has happened is you're starting to see those under 19 guys, under 21 guys starting to filter through into this competition that have come through the junior representative programs, and you need to have that topping up happening all the time, because you can't obviously have the mid 30, late 30 guys just continually turning up here, and those younger fellas, we're going to see the benefit of that in the years to come. Obviously, with them gaining this experience playing with the more experienced players. Oh, that's a big hit to the to Calvin Street side of the Solder Oval, and that's 6 runs to Dane Seed.
It was a powerful hit, wasn't it?
So yeah, look, Darren, I just enjoy watching cricket.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm a cricket nuffy. I know.
Yeah.
Dirk Tasler is about to replace me. He's a cricket nuffy. He loves watching the game. His son's played for West in the grade comp. Obviously, he played a lot of cricket. Got me out on many occasions. Shield final, knocked me over early. But one of the great gentlemen of the game. But yeah, he's watched a lot of cricket, and I think he'll be the same opinion.
Lofted, long on, nobody back, and that's another 6. Just be careful of the tent over there that got destroyed in the storm the other night. We moved that very carefully out of that region where that 6 was hit. The mangled mess that it ended up being after the winds that we had here on Friday night, and the 6 has been hit in the vicinity of that particular mangled mess of a tent.
Before I leave after this ball, I just want to say this run rate game is becoming unbelievable. So Gold Coast now almost within 10, and over there they're going to get their runs within 10 overs as well. So the one that could miss out is actually here. You know, if Gold Coast get them within 10, that their run rate's going to go down so much. The other guys, the Monsoons' run rate's going to go up so much. The swap could be huge.
And the Seamers, they've won 2 games, and they were sitting pretty and looking really comfortable. They could be in a little bit of
bother, and that's what we were talking about with our game. You know, if obviously Nitro got 200,
yes,
but I think we got a good start, and Dickie, I think 60 off the power play. So
wow.
Well, the coach will be a little bit relieved, win or lose. You know, that'll make it interesting. But that's what can happen. So, you know, the game changes so quickly, and I'm sure it'll be the next 10 overs in these 2 games, probably the next 5 overs will decide who's going through to that semi, and then the other game, the Nitros are probably going to miss out with Darling Downs making a good start. They might not get the runs, but they'll probably keep them out on run rates. So I'll hand it over to the great Dirk Tasler and enjoy the next half hour.
Thank you, Darren Lehman. Thanks for spending some time with us, and enjoy getting back to your Darling Downs Suns boys over there, seeing what they're up to. Welcome, Dirk Tasler.
Hey, how are you? Yeah,
good, mate. Real good.
I've just come across from the Nitros DD game, and we got 147. DD are 1 for 60 after the 6, so they're off to a flyer.
I didn't ask Darren because I wasn't sure how familiar he was with the Nitros players, but who ended up, and I haven't looked at the My Cricket, who ended up getting the runs for the Nitros? Did Frericks back up from yesterday, last night?
Yeah, he got I haven't seen all the scores, but there's probably 30s to him.
Yep.
Our skipper.
Yep.
He made 20, 25.
Darren Dyer.
Yep. So and then we had little partnerships along the way as well. So there's all sort of 15s along the way. So it was a good effort actually. 147. We were always saying about 150 par there. So. But as Darren has indicated there, yeah, it's going to be very tight. We need to win that to see ourselves in the top 4 semi.
So we've just completed the power play here in this match, in the Gold Coast Thunder's innings.
That's a good power play too, isn't it? That's
none for 59.
Very similar to ours over there on the field too.
So comparatively speaking, CQ were 1 for 41 after their 6 overs.
Right.
So you'd say Gold Coast have got their nose in front, and that is a massive lofted shot. Don't think it's going to get to the boundary, and outstanding catch by CQ Seamers, number 7 out there. I think that was Todd Harmsworth. Pretty sure that's Todd Harmsworth. He looked very confident under the ball, got himself in a nice stable base position, and takes the catch, which sees the dismissal of the big unit from the Gold Coast Thunder, Dane Seed, who's scored 29 off 18 deliveries a sensational opening partnership with his partner in crime there, Canning Mason.
So finally, the CQ batting lineup had to go past 3 or 4. They haven't really gone into their when they batted. They didn't use their batters in the first 2 games, did they? There was only like 3 or 4 batters that got used, but this game looks like it had to go all the way down. So. And
that was Chris Swan up here commentating earlier. That was one of his goals that he put on the Gold Coast boys, that let's get some early wickets to expose their middle and lower middle order, because they hadn't had spent much time in the middle, and it's paid dividends. Just looking at that replay when Seed has hit that ball, it looked like he's got right underneath it, but quite on the end of the bat, as opposed to in that nice sweet spot in the middle of the bat.
Yeah, initially.
Ooh, okay. So no ball from Joe McGann, and signal by umpire Cole Morris. Now, I think that's going to be classified as a warning. He'll get the free hit, but that'll be one warning to the bowler Joe McGann, because it was considered to be a dangerous delivery, which could have damaged or hurt the batsman. So one more of those, and Joe McGann is done skis.
Similar
it's
again.
A free hit.
Oh, of course.
And he's taken the catch, but to no avail, because it was a free hit, and
get a single.
Mason gets a single. The new batter who's about to take strike for the for the Gold Coast Thunder, Zane Beattie, shirt number 14 from the Palm Beach Cricket Club. Brought the long on up, and they've dropped the third man back. Forward defensive stroke. Now that game's done and dusted over there, Dirk. There's shaking hands between SEQ Stormers and the North Queensland Monsoons.
So we're saying Monsoons got the runs quickly there, did they?
I would say they have. I might just check up on that one. Slashes outside off, and it races to the boundary at the down at third man there.
So they're ticking along quickly here, aren't they? Is that their target? Is it to Gold Coast?
Yeah, Gold Coast want to try and score the runs fairly quickly here to try and help improve their net run rate.
Right.
Because they've got a situation where Seamers have won 2 games. Monsoons have now won 2 games, and if the Thunder get up here, they've won 2 games. So it's going to come down to some net run rate type stuff.
Yep. Very good. It's good to see this close finish for everybody, apart from, I guess, SEQ and Wide Bay.
There you go. Yeah.
That's definitely the plate final, isn't it? This last semi, 4th pool.
So Monsoons have got up there. They've scored 111 runs in 7.3 overs to defeat the SEQ Stormers. So that's going to improve the net run rate of the Monsoons. Gavin Fitness will be a very happy man over there, being the Bulls Masters mentor with the North Queensland Monsoons.
Get the calculators out later, won't we?
Yep. Glad it's not you and me.
I'm just worried about winning over there, but and then we'll worry about that later. But rather than worrying about how quick we're going to win it, but we'll lose it. So we got bowling here. Whitfield.
Logan Whitfield, who's bowled quite well in the couple of games I've seen him play in. It's been quite economical. Hit uppishly over cover. The sweeper comes in off the boundary, and they've kept it to 1. One to Mason. Brings Beattie on strike. Joe McGahn, skipper of the Seamers, taking his time to get his field right. Only got the 4 infielders happening. He's got his 5 boundary riders out and about. And slotted in between 2 of those boundary riders, 4 runs to Beattie. 8 runs off 4 deliveries. So Zane Beattie's come in with a plan.
Yeah, it wasn't a great ball, but I think with many fielders you got out there, he just found that gap nicely. So yeah. So this is 3rd game for a lot of the teams. So it's a bit of a test for their fitness and so forth. So our mob over there at Nitros, they turned up quite sharp. So. It's been a great. Well, the weather's come up nice for us. Great tournament for these guys. They're learning a lot. We got a young left arm quick there he got 12 off his first over. So he's sort of, the plan is he's probably got to learn a little bit more variety and maybe come around the wicket a bit. But and that's what it's all about. These tournaments. You go away to your clubland and you go back with some plans and some goals and then build on your skills. Dot ball there. Single.
Mason down the wicket. Very busy cricketer. Hustles really well between the stumps. Bit of a cross bat swat to get that across to the leg side to pick up a single for Beattie.
The wickets are holding up well too, Jason, aren't they? We found, I haven't found it too much, as I said earlier in the commentaries. Yesterday we weren't seeing.
Lofted, sorry, Dirk.
No, you're good. We weren't seeing a lot of swing. I think that's down to the quality of the ball. Maybe it's. I know in the night games it was getting a bit of dew on the seams and getting a bit heavy, but slippery. So, it's certainly spinners here. They've been turning the ball. So
it's funny you say that, because I remember this time last year we were probably talking about how much lower and slower the wickets were becoming on day 3.
Yep.
Because having gone through a bit of a drought period and they'd been so dry. But having had what rain we have had over this last week, and in some cases wickets getting, unfortunately, a little bit more damp than what they we would have liked to have had them on the Friday night and early Saturday, but that's as a result, I believe, that's kept the wickets probably a little bit fresher for today.
Yeah.
I haven't been out to the back ovals, but the wickets...
Yeah, very similar to, to this main oval. I was talking to one of the chaps on the ground staff. He was saying that they have a scarifying maintenance period pre-season. Obviously, they scarify the grass, they top dress it, fertilise.
Nice little shot.
It is a good top shot. Yeah, just tucked away with control.
Yes.
And gets the benefit. No one down there at fine leg. Third man's up on the circle. Fine leg's up on the circle, and yeah.
Yeah, look, and obviously...
So that seems to be working, it's rather than... and they need that sort of maintenance, don't they? These grounds get used and used, so for all sports, and it's certainly seeing the benefits of it now with this with that program they're using.
Yeah, and look, these wickets probably they tend to come into their prime after Christmas,
right?
Because they've just had that a little bit more preparation time. It's going to sneak over the boundary.
Keeper was chasing there, was he? Yeah.
He's dived full on, front on. Has he been able to haul it back?
Not sure.
Waiting for the signal from the wicket keeper. Just a little confusion reigns supreme out there at the moment.
It was a mighty effort to get there.
Umpire Cole Morris just checking in now. He's going over to talk to his fellow umpire Trevor Drury. We still haven't made a decision on whether or not it's 4 runs or not. Speaking to the wicketkeeper. Here we go. We got it on replay. Looking closely. Can't knock the bloke's effort, can you?
No, that's touch and go there, isn't it? He's
well done, David Hamer.
Just 2 they've given it.
They've credited him with saving a boundary there, so well done.
Yeah, big effort.
Got to be fit to do that.
Big effort. You know, if he threw the ball in and the ball hit the glove, would that be 5 runs? If he's thrown it in?
I'm thinking it would be.
Yeah. I played in a match in South Australia. Peter Anderson was the keeper. He did similar, not as far to chase. He chased the ball. Andrew Cortis was at short leg, put the glove on, because Ando threw the glove off. Andrew Cortis put the glove on and caught it with the glove, and the umpire's given it 5 runs.
That's a highly unusual circumstance,
yeah.
and
so
I bet you Andrew Cortis never repeated that in his cricketing career again.
Captain Grumpy Alan Border was our skipper. It must be one of the games he was away from Test duty, so he was a skipper, so he's given it the old teapot, the evil eye and everything else that you can imagine to Andrew Cortis.
Andrew Cortis is such a lovely man.
Yeah.
Very placid in a lot of respects.
Yeah,
and
that's right. So only Andrew Cortis could do that. But I was just wondering if he threw that in, hit the glove. I think it might have been. Well, you're not assisting with any catching, so maybe not. But what if it would have hit the helmet?
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's a similar sort.
Similar scenario.
Yeah, protective gear that you've got on the ground.
1 for 83 off 8.5 overs. Joe McGahn, the skipper of the CQ Seamers, with the ball in hand. Don't think he'd be overly impressed with the game situation at the moment. Trying his hardest to rectify that. He comes up with a dot ball, but Canning Mason has been very impressive opening the batting, 38 off 29, and Beattie has just been quite busy putting together a little bit of a partnership here.
So what do we need here? 24 to win, and plenty of overs left. 10 overs to go, is it?
11.
11 overs.
11 overs to go.
See if they can do it at 24. See if what do you think? 3 overs? 3 overs they'll have it?
Yeah. Barring any unforeseen circumstances. So yeah, look, these wickets will come up a treat after Christmas because they will have had that time and effort put in.
Yep.
It's always difficult with ground sharing with other winter sports.
Cut shot.
And combine that with the lack of rain that we have over winter, and ground staff both here and down at Kendall's do a tremendous job in getting these wickets up so we can just play cricket.
Well bowled. He's holding him here. That's his Whitfield. He's just
ooh,
what's he done?
Yeah, that ball got hit back to him quite firmly. I thought he'd taken that cleanly, but obviously that's stung him a little bit. Tosses that one up.
That was going to sting again. He's got another knock on it.
Oh, no.
Now it's a caught and bowl chance got put down, but...
And double the pain because...
Yeah, he's dropped the catch. I
Yes.
think that's hurting the most, I think, Jason, the dropping of the catch.
Yes, absolutely.
He seems to be okay. He's just very disappointed, but he's back to his mark. Okay, so that's three dots. Generally, 3 dots leads to something.
Something's going to happen.
Dramatic. And there's a catch.
Oh,
there it is.
You've called it.
We've called it. Well, he's not. He's clapping, but the bowler's clapping with his hand clapping, I think. But he's obviously hurt himself.
It's his right hand because
Yeah.
he's keeping his right hand away from all of his teammates who want to give him the
There it
traditional
is.
high five.
There's a little twist here.
Yes.
One wicket. Can bring another one here. He's
McGahn fake to his left and then come back to the right. Took the catch.
particularly if they've got this mindset that they want to get these runs in a certain amount of time. Well, then there's an opportunity now here for the CQ Seamers just to keep bowling tight, and maybe you might get a mistake by the batsman here. And obviously that's what's happened there. He's got bogged down a little bit, and he's wanting to get this over and done with. And consequently, just chip one up.
Now it looks like the new batsman to the crease will be the captain and the wicketkeeper of the Gold Coast Thunder side, Clay Beams from the Surfers Paradise Cricket Club. He's in shirt number 3, and he'll be at the striker's end.
And he can hit the ball, from what I'm hearing around the trap. So
Cam bat and took an outstanding catch behind the stumps in the CQ Seamers innings. They had a second slip. Oh, have we put the mocker on him?
Confident appeal.
Oh,
I'm saying too high.
Whitfield nearly does a backward roll in his appeal. Trevor Drury turns it down.
Wicket maiden here, possibly. What are you seeing there, Jason?
Bit hard to tell from that angle as to where the ball's actually pitched.
Height was okay?
Yeah, I think the height was fine.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it might have been a bit too high. But all right, last ball is over. So he's dot, wicket, dot.
So Beams has taken a diving catch to his right,
Yep.
which would have been in front of basically first slip.
Wow.
Yeah. It was an outstanding piece of work. And
That's
he's
the shot
gone.
he wanted.
Yes, gone the sweep.
Too easily. Stand up sweep. It's a 2 off the over. Great over.
So 10 overs completed for the Gold Coast Thunder side, 2 for 85, and at the same stage in the CQ Seamers innings, they were 3 for 58.
Right.
So just a question, I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, and I'm more than happy with the decision that's been given there for Clay Beams not out. Question to you, Dirk. Do you think, as an example, when a first-class batsman would come back to play club cricket, if they got an early appeal on them like that, umpires could sometimes tend to be a little bit more conservative with their decisions?
Like I've come back and played a lot of club cricket, and conversely, if I coming back play club cricket and I go up hard for an LBW, with support of maybe my slips cord, and sometimes I think I can wind him up a little bit. But so as for the batsman, you're probably right. There's closely watched, and probably reasons for not being out come into the umpire's mind a bit quicker than not out, or as I should say, rather out. So your observation might be correct at times. So he's just put one down there on the mid-on side and just a quick single. So
Josh Hamilton's the new bowler for the CQ Seamers, Gracemere Cricket Club, shirt number 13. He's another guy that's bowled quite reasonably well. A couple of times I've seen him roll his arm over here over the period of this weekend. He's going to have to bowl tremendously well now, though. Gold Coast Thunder well and truly on top in this match.
So just a little bit of a sort of a hold up at the moment, I guess, with the previous over, only 1 run off it and a wicket, and so that momentum has got to change, hasn't it? And it's going to change quickly, but by the looks of it, it's back on track again.
4 runs
with a boundary. So that's a nice little sort of a backward cut shot. So and got plenty of pace on it, didn't he? So to run it down to the just the forward for third man area. Bit of a talent as a former AFL player too, isn't he, this guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hasn't he picked that up? That is tremendous. Well and truly over past the Bundaberg Rum Light Tower, and Josh Hamilton. He has bowled it, and you can probably hear the "oh no" coming out of his mouth as he's let the ball go. And once it's been struck, he has just turned his back on where the ball was going to. He knew it was going the journey.
So we said in 3 overs, then we, I think, we thought when they were around about the 24 runs to get. So this is the second over back into that, and 11 to get.
Hamilton in again.
Oh, he's got fancy with it, just a little trickle down to sort of gully region.
And that's a good delivery from Hamilton. He can't do much better than that, but
that's right.
Beams has been able to squeeze that Yorker length delivery down towards short third man.
Oh, probably should have went out back out to that square leg boundary there, but yeah, a bit of a slower ball, might have gripped a little bit. Just muscled that through, but well fielded.
A lot of bottom hand in that shot from Canning Mason. He's got away with it. Dot ball.
All right, 10 runs required. Will they do it this over?
Well, with 8 wickets in the sheds, I reckon they'll have a crack at trying to do
Clay
it.
Beams on strike.
Matty Hogan, Bulls Masters.
Yeah.
You've been cruising around the grounds.
Yeah, how's the Nitros in that?
The Nitros are
picking up wickets?
in a bit of trouble.
Oh, I thought you were going to say picking up wickets. That's not what I
Well,
meant.
they have. They picked up. They just got Vanderkooj for. I think he made about 70 though.
Oh, that's no good.
So they were on. I think Darling Downs were chasing 148, and they were 100 off 9 overs in the run chase. So they're very top heavy though. So it's not over. But you've got Gillam and Vanderkooj back in the shed, so
that's something. They were 60 after the power play, weren't they? So,
well, they were 72, I think, after the power play. They were going
oh,
12.
right. Well, I left about halfway through the last over of it, so maybe they did get a few more.
Geez, he hits it cleanly, doesn't he, Vanderkooj over there for Darling Downs. So anyway, this game, there's a bit to play for here, because Gold Coast needed to win this convincingly to make it through after losing to North Queensland, didn't they?
Yes.
And Central Queensland haven't lost a game, and they were in the box seat, but they could quite possibly find themselves
missing out.
Yeah, because
Misfield.
North Queensland was the other team in this pool, was it?
Yes.
And they've had a huge win over there over SEQ. They chased them down really quickly too.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who makes the final here. And if every ball's crucial here, because it's going to come down as you see a misfield there. All good effort.
2 runs, so 2 balls left in this over.
And 6 runs required for victory, is that right? 6 runs
required, so
they could try to finish it. I mean, we looked at Clay Beams, that first ball from Whitfield. He was just looking to pump it to the leg side. I think they want this over and done with.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drop short here. It's going to head out to that Takalvan Road side.
It's up.
He's got a
and probably only pick up a... Oh, going to go for 2. A little bit of a misfield there.
Bit bouncy out there, a bit bumpy out there, but 2. So we're needing a 4 to finish this game.
I'm backing it in. They'll get it off this. It's going to have to be a magnificent delivery here from Whitfield to prevent any runs here. But I'm backing in. They're going to try and score the winning runs and knock it over, finish the game early, get their net run rate up as high as they can, and start the recovery process.
I see Joanne Whitfield's watching on the live stream, and
it's high.
It's high, tight, it's long, and that's all she wrote.
There we go.
Game over.
Wow.
Who's got the calculator?
Well, we'll have to go to the boffins and
boffins, that's a great word.
and try and work out who's going through here. So we'll post that on Facebook and Instagram as soon as we know. But there's still games going on for the other pool. But I think I think in the next 10 minutes the scorers will get their calculators and call who they need to call and work out who's going to make your final.
Thanks, Jason, for your...
Yeah, Dirk, you might want to take off and get over there and watch the Nitros up against your Nitros up against Darren Lehman's.
Matty, keep up the fantastic work. Thank you very much, Jason.
Darling Downside, no worries. I'll catch up with you.
Yeah, always
thanks very much.
The Bulls Masters legends, Dirk Tasler, help us out on the commentary. And
so congratulations to the Gold Coast Thunder, who've won in very convincing fashion there by 8 wickets with 8 overs remaining in their innings. It's a very emphatic win to the Gold Coast Thunder. And just to bring you up to speed there, in Pool B, Central Queensland Seamers, who've had a magnificent carnival to date, 2 wins, 1 loss. North Queensland Monsoons, 2 wins, 1 loss. Gold Coast Thunder, 2 wins, 1 loss. And Stormers, unfortunately, the SEQ Stormers, 3 losses. So, as Matty Hogan mentioned earlier, yes, the calculators are going to be out. The abacuses are going to be out, working out net run rates to sort out which of those 2 teams will go through to our semi-finals, which are on this afternoon. Kicking off at the schedule we have here is at 2 o'clock through till 5 o'clock. So, Matty Hogan just mentioning that it might be on a little bit earlier, mate. You want to add?
Yeah, so speaking to Jimmy, and he was trying to get them on, move forward to a 1:30. So
maybe a 1:30 start. So those people interested in watching the semi-finals of our Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge on the Bulls Masters Facebook site, I'd be tuning in at 1:30, and I dare say that's probably what's going to happen. Teams will be wanting to
they want to get it on,
get the games going, get the games played, and for some people they want to be getting on the road to head back to where they are. Others will be wanting to make sure they get a good seat for the NRL Grand Final to see the Rabbitohs take on the Panthers. So we'll see you back here more than likely at 1:30 p.m. in about an hour and a half's time. Thank you very much for your viewership, and bye for now.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick in the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe? You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey, Horry and Mocha, can we have some tips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana.
Good, good. Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.